Short-term rental, when you said, Julian, that you can earn 5 or 6 times more than long-term rental, you know, for people in the audience that really don't know anything about short-term rental, talk about why that is, or maybe just some of the economics of short-term rental, just to kind of help people that maybe the novice out there that doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Short-term rentals is really kind of leveraging, technology. It's building a whole different business, and that's what a lot of people maybe don't realize when they get started in the short-term rental space, is that you're building a hospitality business. Um, and that's why we're able to charge a premium price. So let's say, um, you purchase a property and you were to long-term rent it, you might be able to make, $300 to $500. If it's like conservatively, 300 to 500 net profit. If you were to short-term rent it, you might be able to make $2,000, $3,000 if you're self-managing. And that's because you're putting the property on platforms like Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking.com, a bunch of other travel agencies. You're turning over the property after every guest decides to stay. So the nice thing about these travel agencies is that you can market the property basically for free. So they push out the property, and they have an algorithm that will rank your property depending on how it performs. So obviously, a place that gets booked up, that's always booked up. People are clicking on it and then booking it. People are saving it to their favorites. It's relevant. All these things drive up the algorithm and push you to the top. And then you're able to charge a premium for your stay. But it's also about the experience. So, you could purchase a property, and then one person could be putting in very minimal into the property and not be able to produce that much, versus someone that invests a lot of time and energy and has a good stay can create a lot more value and charge a much higher price. So where compared to long-term rentals, where it might just kind of be like a set it and forget it type of mentality, that true passive income. With short-term rentals, it is a lot more active, but you can make it passive if you partner with people, which is what I talked about before, co-hosting. So you could work with a management company, with a partner that manages your property for you. So that way you're able to increase your revenue without having to do any of the extra work yourself. Or you build out the team and you build out the systems to be able to try to automate as much as possible. Now, obviously, if you go that way, you're going to be, managing a business, and you're able to save those fees that you would be paying to a co-host, a professional manager. But yeah, and so that's really where the difference is from long term and short term. I see a lot of people in the real estate space now, especially, they see what short term rentals are able to bring in. They say, hey, I'm just going to purchase a bunch of properties and turn them into short term rentals, and make buku money. But there's a lot of work involved with that. If you're not committed to having a quality stay, you're going to get beaten out by somebody else that has a better quality experience. And it all comes down to rank reviews. Reviews are a really big thing. If you don't care about your guests, it shows in the property reviews. So it's not something that just can be passively managed. It's got to be a little bit more active. So, but with that active, you're able to make like I said, 4, 5, 6 times more than a traditional long-term rental.
So I like what you said. Is there a couple things. One, I always say, whether it's short-term rental, mobile home park, storage, when you're in real estate, you're not a real estate investor. You're in the real estate business, right? And what I like about what you said, Julian, is you're running this like a business, right? And that short-term rental is a business, but you can also, I have quite a few businesses, and I don't run very many of them. I don't really participate in very many of them, because then I hire really good people and they run those businesses, right? And so if I wanted to be passive, like what would it take? Somebody's in the audience and they're thinking, man, I really want to get into short-term rental, but I don't want to do all that stuff. I want to co-host, or I want to do something where I'm not but they got money, right? They want to put up the money or whatever, or they want to use their financials to get a loan from the bank to buy multiple properties. Talk about how they could work in this space in that capacity.
Yeah, so it really comes down to what, how much capital and how involved do you want to be? Whenever I'm talking to investors, one of the first questions that I always ask is, what's more important to you, your time or your money? Depending on how they answer that, lets me know, like, are you trying to get the highest return, or are you trying to leverage a team, leverage experts for you. So, one approach would be, if you have the funds available, would be purchasing a property, and or reaching out to a co-host. Maybe this is another investor that has experience in the short-term rental space that can help advise you as far as like which properties you could be looking at to purchase. That's one approach. That co-host, depending on what they're able to do, can build out the property for you. So, like our company, we go out and we'll actually furnish properties. We have a team that goes out and sets them up. We have a designer, and so we have a system that basically can turnkey a property. If you're going to be working with an investor, you should be working, or a co-host, you should be trying to find someone that is either just going to be managing the property for you, and typically they might charge a lower percentage just for simple management, somewhere between like 15 to 20%. Or you might find, more of an expert, and those experts might be, 20 to 25, sometimes 30%, depending on the market and the property. So purchasing a property is one approach. Another approach is partnering with a syndicator or a fund. So a lot of syndications I see now, especially, are going out and purchasing either like larger vacation homes, or maybe multifamily, or they might be purchasing a portfolio of single family, and converting those to short term. That's the other approach, and that one is a bit more passive. And I would say you value time more than you value money, because you might be able to see a higher return if you're going to be going out and getting a commercial single family home loan, versus if you're going to be investing with a fund where they might be taking a fee for the fund management, and they might be taking a fee for the property management itself. It is a lot more hands-off and passive, but and you'll have less control over the process. But like I said, it's that time and money value exchange. So